What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Miss Sophia the Diva, and I am here to talk about those favorite housewives living in the city I want to eventually get into. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Can you believe that we have been watching these ladies for 9 seasons? Some have stayed, some have gone. I think the most senior person on there as far as longevity is probably Phaedra. Because if you notice in the opening credits, Phaedra now has the top honor of being the first housewife to introduce herself, which she says she always gets what she wants, honey. And I said, that's right, Miss Parks. Yes, you do, girl. All them degrees and certifications you got. How can a diva be down? Okay. So the introductions have changed. It does not appear that NeNe Leakes will be returning this year. I don't think she is. A couple of bloggers that I do follow have made comments saying that did the housewives, it doesn't seem as though the housewives really need. Honestly, with just this episode alone, even though it wasn't dramatic as most, I will say that, no, I think that this particular cast that they now have in place will carry on. I'm glad to see Porsha got her peach back. Sheree has returned. Sheree technically probably would be the most senior, but she didn't stay. She was gone for a couple of years. I don't know, trying to rehab Chateau Sheree and She by Sheree fashions, I guess. I don't know. But what did you guys think about the introductions? I did enjoy quite a few. I did enjoy Porsha. She said, honey, she is too sexy to be thirsty. I said, yes, girl, go on and get it. Cynthia is declaring her independence and letting you know that she is no longer waiting to exhale. She said life is a runway and she is ready to walk it alone. Yes, girl, go back down there to Bank of America and reclaim all your investments that Lapita done sold from you, girl. Get your fidelity together. Get your 401k back and take that ring off. Sheree want to let all of y'all know that don't call it a comeback. She been here for years. She coming back, but she here for the takeover, okay? Child, between her and Kenya fighting over these houses, I don't know. I said, y'all hot ass mess. Y'all really need to worry about yourself and not worry about what the other one is doing, okay? Kenya thinks people want more and she always wants to give them more. No, we don't. And no, just no, Kenya. But it was very entertaining to watch this episode. One in particular I thought was very, very cute was Kandi Burruss's introduction, which was, now that I've got my ace, I have a full house. I thought that was very cute, very great play on words. There was a lot addressed at the very beginning where it looks like Kenya and Phaedra are friends again. Porsha is accusing Kandi and Todd of propositioning her and Shamia. I think at one point someone asked Kandi at a brunch they were having if Kandi was a lesbian. Riley is wanting a relationship with her father. Mama Joyce ain't having it. She like, he don't even pay child support. And I'm like, what does that have to do with having a relationship with your daughter? Yes, men should pay child support, but I mean, how old is Riley? 15, 16 years old? I mean, if she wants to let her have a relationship with her daddy. I mean, it's sad that she got to find out that he might be a jerk, but at least let her find out on her own he a jerk, okay? And of course, when we open up this episode, Kandi and Todd are parents with their son Ace, and she does something that people might find very unusual, but you know, I said, who is anyone to judge how someone potty trains their kid? So when he first wakes up in the morning, they put him on the pot, honey. I said, oh, okay, Ace is pooping in the pot, pooping and peeing simultaneously, so it was seen. So some people did have a problem with that, but I'm just like, whatever. Not a lot on that. She did, Kandi does have what a lot of women, I understand, tend to have when they have children, where the men folk don't want to get up in the middle of the night and help take care of the baby, even though you done carried the baby for 9 months, distorted your body, you done had hormone changes, you don't know if you like the baby, you just don't know. Because, I mean, you know, there is something called postpartum depression. She didn't say anything about that, but I'm just saying in general, come on, men folk, step up. You helped make it. And she baked it. Now help keep the baby together, okay, Todd? That, and make sure y'all get the old lady gang restaurant together too. They didn't. I guess they're going to address that in this season. Let's see what else did they show in the previews. It's just going to be an interesting season. I'll go ahead and talk about Porsha real quick. Child, Porsha finally has come to terms with the fact that she might potentially be a bully and have anger management problems. She done pooched on down here to some counselor's office that's supposed to be the best in the industry. I was like, well, if that's the case, Little Women of Atlanta should have been using him too to help with Moni's little anger management problems, baby. So she went down there, and Porsha was sharing with him that she thinks that a lot of the reasons why she just lashes out at people and pull out the Wolverine claws is because she was bullied in high school, being called things like Bugs Bunny and stuff because she had big teeth. Now, the picture she showed y'all, I was like, Porsha, really? But you know what? Kids are cruel. Let me not, and what I really was touched about in this is the fact that she was talking about the fact that there was a time when she considered suicide. And that is most unfortunate. And I've been down that road. It happened when I was in junior high. People used to tease me all the time for having bad acne, for having a big gap, for being smart. And, it just became too much. And I was like 14, 15 years old and considered suicide at one time. So I totally understand where Porsha is coming from. So Godspeed to her. I'm glad she's getting some help. I just didn't see her. But you know what? You never know. Kids are mean. They really are mean. Cynthia and Lapita sitting in the tree, Kissing, until he fell off the damn tree limb, and now he got to go, honey. So Cynthia is going to the lawyer's office because she ready to take that ring off. Take that ring off. Hey. Not only is she going to be taking the ring off at the time of this recording, honey, Miss Phaedra Parks is no longer going to be Miss Phaedra Parks neither, honey. She going to be just Miss Phaedra Parks with 2 kids, okay? Because her lawyer told her final divorce decree, her settlement agreement is coming in 30 days. So, her and Apollo will be no more. By the way, they showed Mama Joyce giving her commentary on it. I think Mama Joyce is a little tipsy throughout this season. There's been several scenes they've shown where she's a little tipsy. And she's like, I heard that. Or if you've been with somebody that's been in prison for 2 years, the state of Georgia will give you a divorce in 2 months. And I'm just like, oh. Okay, Mama Joyce, you know so much about the law, baby. Okay. Cynthia's basically like, I just want out. I just want to finalize this. How long is this going to take? And I knew what the lawyer was going to tell. He said 6 months to 12 months. And I was like, yeah, girl. And that depends on if Peter even is really going to be cooperative. Girl, you his gravy chain. So he might fight for some alimony because the lawyer was asking her, about alimony and was there a need for it. And she was like, well, I don't want alimony from him. I was like, girl, you might not want alimony from him, but he might want alimony from you, because I do believe you make the most money in the relationship. There was a prenup which she can't find. After she leave the lawyer office, he's looking for it, but she can't find it, so she FaceTimes Peter. Because at first I thought she was going to tell him, yeah, I went down to the lawyer's office and I'm filing for divorce. But she did mention in the lawyer's office that she had said something about it. And so he was like, why you calling me? I'm with my new girlfriend. And she's like, oh my God, are you serious? Like, I was like, you don't want him no more. So even if he was in a new relationship, but he's in a new relationship with his business in Charlotte, honey. Anyway, so needless to say, it's so over between her and Peter. At the conclusion of this episode, I was laughing because I guess, what is her daughter's name? Ari, why can't I think of her daughter's name? But anyway, her daughter was asking her, she told me, I used to hear y'all fighting stuff at night. And she was like, what? And she was like, do you have low self-esteem? And I was like, oh my God, who asked their mom if they have low self-esteem? I was like, oh, Jesus, out of the mouth of babes. Porsha and Phaedra still friends. Porsha goes over and visits Phaedra, who she says Phaedra's lemonade is better than Chick-fil-A's. I said, I gotta befriend Miss Phaedra because I love me some Chick-fil-A lemonade. And if it's better than that shit, then we can kick that to the curb then, right? They get a knock at the door while they having food, fun, and fellowship with guac and lemonade. And it's a horse-drawn carriage delivering an invite to none other than Kenya Moore's housewarming. Okay? No. It was, I bet, and you know what, Justin J said it, but I sure was thinking it last night. I was like, I bet this the only invitation she sent like that because she just want to show Phaedra, show and prove that she can ball just like Phaedra. Baby, girl, you tried it. And the dude was standing there looking all freaky like he didn't want to leave. I was like, Phaedra, I think he waiting on the tip. But if Miss Kenya Moore has any type of class, you would know you are to tip the people before they deliver your invite. Or maybe he was double dipping. I don't know. Times are hard, so I can understand that. Porsha is labeled a mean girl, and they kind of don't want her there. But Phaedra was like, whatever, you gonna be my date. Phaedra had me laughing because she was like, girl, I heard the people on Christian Mingle is crazy. I was like, girl, don't go on Christian Mingle. Don't go on Black People Meet. Don't go on jdate.com. Don't do any of them because all of them crazy, honey. But I've never tried Christian Mingle, but I just heard some stories about Christian Mingle. So I would steer clear of that. That would be wise. Girl, you better call, what's her name? Patty Cakes, whatever her name is, from Millionaire Matchmaker, Phaedra. Call her to hook you up with a man. Okay. So we've got Moore Manor versus Chateau Sheree. Now, Chateau Sheree's house is not in disarray, but Miss Kenya Moore look a hot ass mess, honey. And they trying to run this race to get these houses together. I thought it was supposed to be done by Christmas 2015. I guess they must have meant Christmas Christmas 2016. Get these houses done. Now, Kenya Moore house still look like Moore Manor as in, what's the name of that mountain? In Skeletor's Lair. That's what it looked like still, okay? It's beautiful on the inside. They've made a lot of progress. But I'm like, you live in there? Do you even have a certificate of occupancy? Like, is that even safe for you to be living there? The dogs pissing and pooping all through the house because it's so messy. They don't know the difference between a pee pad and a padding for the carpet they trying to lay down, child. It's just a hot mess. But them Yorkies sometimes can, or whatever they are, Yorkies, silky hair terriers, they can be hard to housebreak. So right now you got them po dogs in confusion and chaos. So they pissing and pooping everywhere. That's your own fault, King. You better go get them housebroken. So first of all, Sheree's house is 10,000 square feet. It's taken her 5 years to build. She said 4, but when Bravo did their flashback, they said 5 years. Okay. Kenya's house is 6,000 feet. Kenya house has furniture, but it's like dusty ass furniture. Child, we learned that her and Matt is just as busted and disgusted as the house look. I guess something happened. She claims that Matt got mad at her when they were in Mexico on vacation because she was texting people, and I guess maybe he was under the guise that maybe she was texting some dude or something. I'm like, honey, she ain't texting no man. You the only one that's crazy enough to get with her. And we kind of expected that from you, Matt, because hell, you are a former Marine. No offense to anybody that is, but I'm sorry. Some of them are, I will not. If you tell me you've been in the Marine Corps, I ain't dating you. I'm good. I've trained with y'all. I'm good. When I was in MP school, I trained with some Marine Corps. I'm telling you, girl, don't do it. Don't do it. Even if they ain't seen action. Do you know they spend 12 weeks in total control? Total control. That means that the drill sergeants or the drill instructors, as they're called in the Marine Corps, tell them what to do, how to go. You can't speak unless spoken to. Okay, I'm good. So, not to mention that cold weather training is something else too. So she said she broke up with him. And their relationship is just in total chaos. She telling the builders they need to hurry up because she gonna have her house warming in 2 weeks. And that she want everything in place so that Sheree won't be all up and down through here making accusations. I was like, girl, too late, because I can see already, even the day of this hot ass mess you were throwing together. The house is being thrown together, which I'm like, Kenya, did you think about liability issues? Because Phaedra was like, I don't want to be going in the ditch alone. I'm just glad she got a house, girl. I just hope it's up to code. I was like, I don't think so. I don't think anyone should have been on the steps. I don't think anybody should have been on the deck. Did y'all see how people were having to creep down into the ditch to get to the house? Okay, you got a driveway. You should have had that leveled out and evened off. That's not safe. Somebody could have taken a tumble. By the way, I want to think that LA Casting did a great job of casting people to come and attend this four-way as well. She talking about all her friends. I was like, them ain't your friends, though. Girl, they got them off a casting call, okay? So she living in the house of sand and fog and dust, throwing shade at Sheree. But honestly, if you ask me, looking at Sheree's house, she winning. The only thing I want to understand with Sheree is, why are you building a 10,000 square feet house and all three of your children are grown and gone? Plus, you said that your oldest daughter, she can continue to stay in her townhouse. I'm like, well, what is the point? And then the whole time Sheree's talking about, when people come to my house, I want their face to drop because they've been hating on me and da-da-da. I was like, see, that's your problem right there. And that's why it took you 5 years to get Chateau Sheree. See, you can learn a lot from reality shows. Let me tell you something, people. If more of us spent more time worrying about what we got going on and not what sister so-and-so got going on down the street, we might be all right and not in a lot of debt. Having to put the house in our mama name so the tax man won't come get our shit, okay? She was talking about her son, Cairo, which he did grow up to be a very handsome young man, and she did say the looks came from he got it from his mama, and I said I agree, because Bob ain't no look. I'm sure he's a very intelligent and nice man, but he's the equivalent of what I've considered like a Biggie Smalls or something. Her 16-year-old, who is a senior in high school, which means that, what is her name? Kylie? Either way, she must be very, very smart, and she is a cute girl, too. As a matter of fact, all three of Sheree's children are very beautiful children. So Sheree is doing it way big. Her house is completely finished on the inside, pretty much. It just needs furniture because child is completely deserted. And I am so jealous. Did you see her daughter got a balcony? That was luxurious. I was like, well, ain't no daughter of mine gonna have no balcony because them little peelhead boys aren't gonna be climbing in my baby's window, okay? The interior decorator told Sheree it would take about 6 weeks to move in. And then Sheree, you could tell she was really concerned about what Kenya thinks and what other people think. Personally, Sheree, I wouldn't even worry about it. Quite frankly, I think that you should just move in silence. You should have moved in silence. You should have silently built your own house. But I'm sure Bravo convinced you to make that part of your storyline. And then you ended up having to dismiss yourself from the show because all of your money that you earned from the show went into building this big, large, luxurious house. And it's beautiful, but I just don't think that it's necessary for you to have a house that size with 3 kids that's about to be grown and gone, unless you plan on letting them continue to live there. And if you need somebody to live there, I'm just saying, girl, I'll help you with some bills and stuff, because, I would love to move to Atlanta, and I actually do like you, I just think that I'm concerned that you are so worried about what other people think. I say, just like you said, when you start paying my bills, then you can talk. There you go. So you can learn a lot from reality TV. Then on top of that, when Kenya sends or calls Sheree to get the invite, I said Sheree should have pulled that first season stuff like she did with Shawnee Snow. She was like, who? This is Shawnee Snow. And she said, Kenya, you should have been like, Kenya who? But either way, Kenya was throwing shade all throughout about the house and about how she didn't know where to send her invite. I was like, you know where she lived. You walked your your Brazilian booty having self down there anyway. So I don't get what the problem is with you. And so then after Kenya got the phone, she told me, well, you know, I really didn't know where to send it. I didn't know whether to send it to a tent, a cardboard box under the freeway, or a halfway house. Girl, she probably wouldn't have known where to send yours. Who knew you were living up there in the house of Grayskull Manor, okay? Cause you know, last time we saw you, weren't you living in a damn motel, hotel, Holiday Inn? Okay, let me stop. After Sheree got the phone, she was like, Kenya Moore is classless. I concur. She was up here talking about, oh, the house isn't finished. When everybody started showing up, I said, if one of your guests take a tumble, you going to have to pay at the wazoo if they get injured, okay? Because that's just social host liability. You going to get tapped like a mug. You might want to talk to your friend Phaedra about that. She might be able to help you out, okay? Sheree threw shade when she says, need more work, man. Honestly, at that housewarming, my thought was, Kenya should have had a golf cart, or something come and get her guest and bring them down to the ditch, because I just saw it as dangerous. Because Sheree pulled a move I pull when I go. I don't know how many of y'all live in LA. Like, whenever I go perform at the Comedy Store or go to a show, what I have to do is, because usually I end up parking next door, I'd rather pay $10 than take a chance with the meters on Sunset Boulevard. But that hotel that's next door to the Comedy Store, that is a steep incline to get down. So what I do is I throw on my flats, okay, and then I creep down the hill and then throw my heels on when I get to the patio at the Comedy Store and throw them heels back on, okay? So I could, yeah, Sheree pulled something I would pull, because that was not safe. Cynthia did come by to help out her friend, honey. And that's when we saw Kenya and all her boobage about to spill out and feed 1,000 African nations. I don't know. Kenya was talking about, oh, my housewarming just turns out so nice. You know, it's no thoughts here and girls with tight dresses. I was like, but your boobage is about to spill out, honey. What the... Girl, you need to stop. I guess you want to be the only thought in Thoughtland. Sheree was right. Honestly, the guests should have been given hard hats and some dust masks and a fan, because it was, first of all, she had everybody on the patio. It's Georgia. It's hot as hell. You in the middle of the damn woods. Why are we all out in the... See, I can't do parties like that. I don't know if some of my friends know this, but if y'all have parties outside and it's hot as hell, Diva will leave. Diva, I don't know if y'all noticed that. Diva will leave. Okay, I don't do heat. And yes, I was raised down south in Mississippi, Texas, Tennessee, what you know. No. Diva don't do heat. Sheree gets shade of the night, line of the night. She said, I think all the people here got titty sweat. Even the dogs got titty sweat. I said the dogs got titty fat, titty sweat, Lord. I can't with her. She said, this heifer is living foul. I said, damn. And did y'all see Cynthia's beautiful green jumpsuit was dirty? I was like, oh, Lord. So I think that's pretty much it. First of all, Kenya, if you gonna have a housewarming, make sure your house is complete. For safety reasons, it just wasn't a good idea. Talking about it's a soft opening. A soft opening would be you selling that skincare hair product line that you were supposed to be selling when you didn't have no AC. That's a soft opening. What you should have called your party is Welcome to Kenya Moore Under Construction housewarming party, because I need some more stuff up in here to make my house complete. Can y'all help me get some Home Depot and Lowe's gift cards? Then when she was rushing all the workers, I said, if you would get your ass out the way, maybe they could finish faster if you would just leave them alone. Next week, Matt shows up. I don't know what's going to happen. They said he was breaking her windows and kicking in her doors and stuff. So it sounds like she might have she might end up on the ID channel talking about my dark obsession. I don't know. You can tell that she's not thrilled about Porsha being at her housewarming, but you did tell Phaedra that she could bring a +1. Should have known Phaedra was going to bring Porsha. Porsha's like her little sister. So I think that's it. I think this is going to be an interesting season. This episode, it wasn't too much. Mainly, it was just a shade. It was just a house of shade. You know, everybody throwing shade on each other's house. But the lesson to be learned from all of this is that we should not be engaging in behaviors that, number one, put our credit and our financial stability in jeopardy. We should be doing things to please ourselves and not to please others, and focus on ourselves and not focus on what others have and what others think. I think we will get along just fine. If I learned that lesson in my 20s, I probably would be much better off in my 30s. So that's all I've got. Everyone have a great week. Be sure to get out and vote tomorrow if you have not already. November 8th is upon us. Probably by the time I post this video, it'll be November 8th everywhere. Yeah, y'all get out there and vote. Please do not be complacent, especially black people. And I'm going to even say some of you Jewish people and white people in general, because some of your ancestors and died too while fighting for black folks' right to vote. Okay. So, and women, y'all need to get out there too and vote. And I would vote for my uterus. I'm just going to say that because y'all might not have no rights come November 9th or January 20th. I can't tell people how to vote. I don't think you should. I don't know. Anyway, I dropped my ballot off today after I had to dig around and find it this weekend, and I was sick, so I was half crazy looking for it, and it was in my face the whole time. I was so mad. I was like, I could have been sitting in bed like studying these, because Lord knows California had a bunch of propositions. I was like, I don't know. So I just started researching on the fly, found some interesting stuff about this stuff. So either way, thanks for the love, Traymore. And let's see, it looks like Renee, Andrea, Stefan, and Traymore, you guys joined me tonight. Y'all have a great night. And let's rock the vote.